F yeah. F yeah.
I don't know. Hey, look, now we're on screen. Awesome.
Hey, here we are.
Hey, peoples. Thank
Hello,
you for
friends.
we're recording this after we recorded episode 2, but shortly after we posted episode 1. So thank you, anyone who checked that out on YouTube and Spotify. We had a few bites so far.
Hey, look at that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
hopefully
We
you liked
appreciate
episode
it.
2. Awesome. So, this is Storymoders Podcast. We are the Storymoders. My name is Robert.
I'm Mike.
Yeah. And I even pointed
We
the
did
right
it.
way because I got the camera reversed so you can see. I don't know why. I think my shirt says Salt Lake City.
It does. My camera's not reversed, so it's whatever.
It's got the Jazz
Look
logo
at that.
and SmackDown.
Uh-huh.
They made
Look at that.
special shirts last week, which was actually pretty dope. So
Nice.
yeah, usually they do, but they're just like it's just like the WWE logo or SmackDown, and then it just has like Utah printed in fucking Times New Roman underneath.
Oh,
So this one was cool with the actual Jazz logo.
awesome. That is actually a very cool shirt.
Yeah, and
You
know those classic Jazz colors, bright yellow and black.
Highlighter yellow and black.
Yep.
That's what I think of when I think of the Jazz. Mark Eaton, Karl Malone, John Stockton.
No vaccinations
two of those
in between them.
2 of those 3 are very problematic characters.
Yeah.
And then
it's
obviously
not Mark
the colors.
Eaton.
No, Jesus.
Unless
not Mark
he
Eaton,
is.
not Thurl Bailey. I don't think so.
Don't ruin my memories. Leave the memories alone.
No.
All right.
All right, fine.
Well, this is like I said, episode 3 of Storymoders Podcast. Each week, Mike and I like to kind of challenge each other with a little prompt, and then see what we can come up with. Obviously, episode 1 was that one, and then episode 2, I legitimately forgot. It has been a week, and I forgot.
Time has been ravaging us.
Time has not been nice to us.
It really hasn't. I mean, some of us have. We've lived hard lives up until this point.
Exactly.
Exactly. The fact that we're here, pushing 40, doing this, just Jesus.
Maybe I'll get some. Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Yes. I don't know how that. I don't know what to do to make that happen.
This podcast
Thumbs Up does something.
This podcast is about 2 things. It's about our weird gaming thoughts, not like news or anything.
No.
But also me getting wildly angry at Discord because cool things happen when Robert puts his hands up, and I get nothing.
Nothing. You get nothing, and you like it.
He's gotten balloons and fireworks, and I've got the hacker dead.
You have a not just straight up blurred background because it's a completely dirty room that I'm slowly cleaning up, and then the background will be unblurred, and there'll be maybe some cool shit. There's a jersey
over there,
right there, but it is blurred, and I can't just unblur the framed jersey. So
yeah, even if I clean up this room, it's not really worthy. So
yeah, well, hey, but at least you're a hacker. Hacker man.
Exactly. I'm out here hacking all the time.
Hacker man. So yeah, episode 1 was dream kind of game. Take one IP from one company, give it to another, see what they would do. Episode 2 is how would you take some gaming IP and turn them into movies or TVs. So that was episode 1 and episode 2. Episode 3 here, what Mike has challenged us with is to ruin a game by changing one core aspect of that game.
Yes. And this has an interesting origin. So when Destiny 2 first came out,
in 1993.
In the year of our Lord 1787.
Yep.
Destiny 2 was released. I played the shit out of it. I even took my PlayStation to Vegas to continue playing it, and that is where I beat it. But what I ended up doing was I would turn on Spotify, I would turn down the game music,
as you do,
and I would play the certified yacht rock playlist. So
this was a choice.
Imagine, this was a choice I made. So just imagine going through that first opening, you're running through the rain, you're fighting the, Red Army or whatever it was, and you get kicked off the ship. Imagine as you're falling to the earth, Michael McDonald era Doobie Brothers is playing. Just falling
so
down, taking it to the streets. Wham!
I mean that makes sense because you're taking your goddamn body to the streets, or whatever the ground,
the earth
on the
I don't know.
It's been, like we said, 300 years since I played Destiny 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, so just all of the serious moments just getting undercut by like Kenny Loggins.
Would Kenny G be yacht rock?
No.
Okay.
No. So
it's not all Kenny Loggins, right? Because I'm thinking
no,
like Top Gun.
Yeah, no, not all Kenny Loggins is yacht rock. Same thing with the Doobie Brothers.
Okay.
It's there's some stuff. There are some hard and fast rules, and then there's some stuff like Steely Dan. All of Steely Dan, yacht rock.
It all counts.
Except it does not meet any of the criteria.
Hey, you know what? Steely Dan will Steely Dan.
Hey,
Steely Dan's gonna Steely do what Steely Dan wants to Steely do.
Just running into a raid boss with fucking Asia playing. That Steely Dan album, top to bottom, baby.
I typically after a while of playing a game, as we've established, I play really long single player games a lot.
Yeah.
Like Persona 3 Reload. I finished it for the first time, and my save file is literally like 100 hours, 30 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And now I'm on my second playthrough, and I'm more than 60% of the way through the game again. And my save file is at 117 hours. So you skip a lot of stuff when you have just fast forward on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, after playing some of these games for so long, I'm just like, this in-game music is great. Video game music is music.
Yeah.
Nothing here.
It's wonderful.
But after a while, I'm just like, I kind of need something else.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just make Spotify playlists, and the amount of times, like Persona 4 or 5, 3 Reload, Mass Effect.
Yeah.
You're doing the suicide mission at the very end of Mass Effect 2. And everyone is just like, oh my God, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. And in the background, you just have Backstreet's Back playing, because I'm just using my boy band playlist that I have. That's pretty extensive.
What else are you going to play?
Yeah.
Or
every once in a while I'll play something that's kind of, works for the theme of the game. Like in the very latter half of Persona 3, everything gets real, obviously like heavy and sad. So I just have a playlist of just slow songs. So it's kind of appropriate.
Yeah.
But then I'm also listening to, Harry Styles on repeat. Dude makes some bangers that are real sad.
Real.
Okay.
It is. Yeah. It is. He puts out some truly great pop music.
Oh God, he does, and his hair.
Mm-hmm. Man.
I wish I had hair like his. Mm-hmm. But I only have this beanie.
It's all right.
It's third
beautiful beanie.
Yeah.
Before we jump off and get into the actual meat of the episode, did you ever watch Don't Worry, Darling?
No. I know the movie, but I've not watched it.
Oh my God, it is so bad.
Is it?
So God bless Harry Styles. He can sing, he can dance. He cannot act for shit.
Was it
Olivia Wilde?
1917 too? Or no, Dunkirk.
Might have. I don't know. A lot of people were in Dunkirk.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of people were in Dunkirk for like 4 seconds.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
No.
Olivia Wilde.
Yeah. Olivia Wilde taking the reins as director. and not doing that great of a job.
Well, wasn't that the whole her and Harry Styles started dating on the set, and people on the set got
Yep.
upset?
Wildly uncomfortable, like
Yeah.
levels, like between just like, this is awkward to, God damn it, we're here to do a job.
I'm here to act.
It's, yeah, no, it is. I mean, if you want to, I say check it out to just see how awful it is. And if you disagree with me, by all means,
We'll fight. You know,
yeah,
it's all that matters. That's all
throw
we'll
it
do.
in the
We'll fight.
throw it in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell me when and where.
Yeah.
Meet me in Temecula, baby.
That's where we're based out of. Nowhere else.
Yep.
No.
That is a fun story for another day. But anyway, yeah, we are going to ruin a few games by changing one thing.
One key aspect of the game. So I know Mike has a couple. I have one.
Yep.
Because for some reason this just escaped me. I could not think of anything more than such some dumb things. So we might just kind of list off a few dumb things.
Yeah, like this was a prompt that, like I said, came from me just like doing something incredibly dumb. And then when it came time to actually, elaborate on this, it's like, turns out maybe this has to be one of those kind of dumb things that you just do.
Yeah.
You don't really talk about.
Yeah. We'll see though.
Is.
But hey, if it's a shorter episode, cool. You can listen to it twice.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you know what? Maybe we'll talk some video game news at the end of this. We'll get real deep into our video game news, Duffy. And it's going to be outdated by the time this gets posted. So
it's going to be 2 weeks old, baby. 2 weeks or 4 months. I don't know what the timeline's about now.
You know what? Who knows? It's the multiverse of madness. All right.
Yep.
Who's to say?
Timeline's all messed up. Ezra Miller's running around just fucking shit up.
Just fucking everything up. I watched that movie on a plane on my phone, and I feel like that was the perfect way to watch that movie.
I watched it with my girlfriend. We dragged a mattress into the living room because she's got like some giant, like 65-inch TV on the mantle.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we just dragged a mattress into the living room, set it up, and watched it. And she kept drifting in and out.
That's fair. It's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, and the entire time I'm just like, okay, they're kind of doing like Flashpoint paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
think that was like the basic idea, is that this was supposed to be the Flashpoint paradox, and like this was supposed to like redo the DC universe. And then before it came out, they were like, James Gunn's doing it all, and they're just like, you know what? Send it out. Just go and do it.
Just whatever. Just go out there and die.
And then the end of the year, they just shit out Aquaman 2. You remember that there was an Aquaman 2 that came out?
Yep. DC doesn't want you to remember that. But it did.
Do you remember there was a Blue Beetle movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one, but I've actually heard that it's like a fun little basic kind of superhero origin story.
Nice. Kind of like
Siri, I swear to God.
Robert's been fighting Siri these last 20 minutes.
God damn it.
Just out of nowhere. Just trying to force her way back into his life.
He's trying to fucking RKO a goddamn alarm. All right. Well, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and let you start.
Okay. So, as I'm thinking of things, banging my head against a wall, because even though this is my idea, I had a hard time with it. But like I said,
they're not all going to be bangers, folks.
Yeah, listen. No, we're what they call a volume shooter. We put up shots. Because shooters shoot.
100% of the shots you don't make, shoot. Try.
We're just out there going 0 for 30, but as soon as we hit that first one, we're screaming out hibachi and demanding the ball next time down the court.
I did it.
We're heating up, baby. That last one went in. Anyway, so I don't think we talked about this, but I have a Switch Lite because I wanted just the dedicated handheld.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I have an Xbox and I have a PlayStation 4 and I've got
Sure.
2 PCs. I could actually have 2 more because there are 2 dead ones sitting in my bedroom because I have no real space of my own. But I don't have enough HDMI ports on something, so I'm just like, you know what? Having a handheld gaming console would be nice. Just straight up handheld, old school kind of Game Boy feel. And one of the games I have on there is Breath of the Wild. I have not beaten it. I'm going to have to start over because I don't know where the hell I am in this game.
That's a
But
Zelda, right?
yes, Legend
Okay.
of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I only know it
Yep.
by the full title, so.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I will. And you probably also know The Legend of Zelda The Tears of the Kingdom
No.
sequel. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, but the great thing about those two is they're truly open world. Like you can go wherever as soon as like the little tutorial's done, and then the world is yours. Go explore. Go see what the world has for you. How you could ruin that is you make it incredibly linear. You just railroad players. You still have this big, beautiful world that you can see, but invisible walls, other things to railroad the players. Like, no, this is where you have to go first, and then here, and then here. Like, you just wall off this amazing world. You totally change the feel of the game.
So you want
by
the
making,
developers to like still make the entire map.
I mean, not like make it so you can actually go, just have it
No,
look
no, no,
pretty.
no,
Just
no, no.
like,
Like
yeah,
make the entire map and do all the textures everywhere, but then just
yep,
boom, invisible
yep,
walls.
yep.
That would 100%
Un-
ruin that game. I might like it.
level 90, level 99 enemies just keeping you out of certain places.
Just
You know,
standing next to the walls, just with their arms folded.
you can try to run to the castle, but Ganon's just gonna be like, nope, go
You
away.
don't have a key. You're not on the list, bro.
You got all you have is a stick and a hang glider. Go away.
God, I've
But no,
fucking seen people speedrun that game, and it's incredible.
it's insane.
Yeah.
That speed running, it breaks my brain
Yeah.
in ways that like I just don't like. I don't get it. I do not get it.
Yeah, you might
But
notice over this side of me, there's kind of light going on and off my face. I have a TV up, and what I like to put on while we record is just YouTube, and it's typically like a game's done quick, replay. So right now, it's a speed run of Bluey the video game. It's an any percent run, which means that you just get to the ending. You don't have to like do everything. You get to the ending, you roll credits. Um, and the time that they're going to get to is 38 minutes.
amazing.
So, and
Yeah.
just it's like those the Breath of the Wild speed runs where people just like go through the little tutorial level and they've got a stick and they
Yeah.
just run over to Ganon and just beat the final
Yeah.
boss.
Like that's insane. And like that's one of the great things. Like right after the tutorial, you can take your stick. You can go fight Ganon if you want to. Probably not a great idea, but you can totally do it. But
And
like there
some
are,
people are fine.
yeah, and as the game as it sits, like there are many different paths to get to the end. Like no two players are really going to have the same path to get to defeating Ganon. But if you railroad your players, suddenly the choices go from like, oh, I want to go here and do this, whatever, like explore and all that crap on your own. It's, well, what kind of build am I going to do? Like it suddenly changes the game in such a drastic way that
Yeah,
I I, I would hate it.
yeah.
And this game is incredibly frustrating.
I don't think anybody. You know what though? It's a fucking Zelda
Hmm.
game, so it would still get perfect scores, and
Oh
people
yeah.
would fucking love it. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
I
It
don't
could.
like Zelda games. Okay, not a fan of
Yeah.
Zelda at all. That's me. Whatever. That's kind of like my kind of gaming.
Your
Um,
gaming hot take.
kind of, yeah, hot take, gaming hot
Yeah.
take. I don't like Zelda games. Whatever.
Hey.
But even if you completely railroad gamers and it's just a linear experience,
Yeah.
Nintendo's not going to make it terrible.
No, it's going to be
There's no
good.
goddamn way. But the
Yeah.
game of Breath of the Wild would 100% be ruined with a completely linear story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, sorry, linear world.
Yeah.
And story, I mean,
Linear
I guess
world.
those are the same thing.
Well, yeah. It would be, they gotta go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in a universe where Breath of the Wild as we know it doesn't exist, yeah, totally linear Breath of the Wild is gonna, whatever, gonna be awesome. Sure. People are gonna love it. People are gonna trip over themselves to tell you how great it is.
You know how you could ruin it even more? Take the invisible walls from
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive.
Oh yeah.
And just completely fuck the immersion.
Nice.
I don't know if you remember playing that, but when you got to a certain point in the game in the invisible walls, it would turn to like an ad for the in-game, basically the cause of like everything that's happening, like the in-game energy drink. And it was like,
Yeah.
invisible wall brought to you by blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say include rabbits.
Yeah, that's like a cop out. You could pretty much put that in any game except apparently for a tactical Mario game, and it would ruin it. But Mario and Rabbids, it was dope.
Yeah, for sure. But just imagine like you're running towards the castle. Ganon's there swirling around, and you just see something cascading down. Don't know what it is, but it's just like a wave of something coming towards you. But you're going forward. Come up over a hill, and suddenly this wave of rabbits just wrecks you. Game over.
Just shooting at you with like fucking fuck. What are they called now? Jesus Christ, my mind is broken. Plungers.
Yes.
Because I know they use plungers and throw things. I was gonna say plumber, and I'm like, you're not gonna throw a plumber. You know what? Fuck it. Just throwing plumbers at you. Just throwing dolls of Mario at you in this Zelda game.
Perfect. Yeah, no, like, yeah, that would be. I mean, the invisible walls is like a way better, like a way funnier thing, but also the rabbits, just like that would be funny the first time.
Just every enemy in the game is one of the different types of rabbits, like the smaller ones, big ones, except for Ganon, who's just Ganon, and it's like a fucking Muppet Treasure Island thing.
Oh yes,
where everyone's a Muppet but one or two, I guess. Was it Michael
or Muppet Michael Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol, yeah.
No, yeah, just Michael Caine. All right, you're just gonna be in here with some Muppets, so do whatever you want to do with it. I'm gonna play this as serious as a car crash.
I'm going to act.
Oh man, Michael Caine, ass off. Alrighty, so there we go.
I've
ruined Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Which honestly,
they ruined them a few different ways.
You put all that in that game, game of the year every year.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you know what? Let's give him a machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck your lore.
Let's give him some of the crazy like GTA mods. Got an AK that shoots cars.
Link is now Superman, but with the Link hair and face. Yes. But Superman's body.
Perfect.
No pants. Number 2. So honestly, this one, Mike brought this up, but I've been expanding on it a bit.
Right.
And I just thought it was kind of fucking hilarious. So we're dipping back into the well of Persona 5 or Persona 4 or Persona 3. Really doesn't matter. The Persona series from 3 onwards. So the games all take place. You're a high school character. You're a high school kid. Typically, you're kind of a new transfer student. Actually, yeah, all 3 of them. You're a transfer student to a new school, and that's where you find all of your personas. Persona 3, you learn about the dark hour, which is a hidden hour between each day, where only certain
people. What happens when you drink 5-hour energies?
Exactly.
Under that forbidden hour.
That's what happens when you have 12 locos instead of 4. Ooh. You get the dark hour.
Mm-hmm.
But as one of the Persona users, you're actually kind of awake and stuff during that time, and you're helping to stop the end of the world. Persona 4, I don't know exactly why, but people start going into the TV. Fucking love it. Persona 5, you transfer to a new school and find the palaces, or what they're called. Certain people in the world that are, if they're evil enough and their desires are strong enough, they've got palaces where kind of their true self is, and they're just pieces of shit, and you're going through the palace and you defeat them, you steal their treasure. It's fucking great. Play all of them. Anyway, they're all good. But the way that you could ruin the Persona games, one, just invisible walls. No.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Take the Persona games and put them in an American high school.
Oh, God. It becomes so different.
So instead of, you go to a small, rural town in Japan in Persona 4, or you go to, Tokyo, kind of closer to Tokyo and stuff in Persona 5. Take that character from rural Japan and transfer them to an American high school anywhere in America, honestly.
Most of them are pretty American high school.
Any American high school.
They're all any public American high school.
Yeah. No voucher schools. No voucher schools.
No.
Yeah.
No charter schools, no private schools. Yeah. They're going to get the full nightmare. That is the crumbling American public school system.
So instead of the one silly friend who's like the first person that kind of talks to you about anime and stuff like that, you've got the weird kid who just kind of sits in the corner and is quiet.
No, you're going to still get that weird kid who talks to you about anime, but it's going to be like, he is going to fetishize you because you're Japanese.
Because you're Japanese, and that's going to be that whole thing.
You're going to get accosted by a weeb. Fucking right out of the gate.
Just every weeb in that school. Which, depending on where you're at, there's going to be a lot. Or it's fucking Des Moines, and you're just talking about
There's going to be at
porn.
least two. There's going to be a couple in Des Moines. They're everywhere. Just a lot. Just some weird dudes calling you senpai. Not quite getting it.
So that's one of the things actually in the Persona games that I brought up with somebody. And we'll get back to this, where they're obviously written they're written initially in Japanese, and then they're localized to English and kind of everywhere else in the world. But the characters like still use, I guess, like the Japanese, like more of the Japanese. I don't really want to say terminology. That's not what I mean. But kind of the like senpai and
like some of like the phrases and the
So it's just kind of a little bit jarring to be like hearing these characters and just straight up, like American English voices, just being like, "Oh, thank you so much, senpai," and it's like, I get it because it's in Japan, but it's just it sounds forced, which is weird. But that would be an actual thing, that would make sense. You're in an American school, and you've got the weird weeb kid who's just fetishizing you and just calling you senpai and has no idea what the hell a senpai is.
Yeah.
Like, and just doing the honorifics, but like after your name and everything.
He knows senpai and he knows Yamate. Which is, if you know what that second one is.
I don't.
You're going to hell. Oh.
I think senpai means like a teacher, like somebody in a higher grade than you. That's all. That's by context clues. But obviously, the weeb is going to be a senior, and you're going to be a junior, so they're just going to be using senpai wrong the entire time.
Exactly, and I'll go ahead and send you a video.
Okay. And then let's see. Instead of the Yusuke character in Persona 5, who's kind of the, he's an odd kid, he's an artist, and he's just a little weird. You've got the American weird artist kid, who once again just sits in the corner, only wears black, and just throws paint at the wall, calls it art, and is smoking during school.
Yeah. Talking about how hard broken his life is, and it's like, buddy,
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Yeah, bud, we're in a public school. Like, yeah, it's not a private school, but like we've got a sports team and a pool.
We're in a public school, and you drove to school today in a BMW,
Yeah.
like a newer BMW.
Yeah, once
So
you get into his social link and his confidant, you find out that he's from an affluent family and he's just
yeah,
acting out
yep.
because fucking Brad.
Ugh, fucking Brad,
Every time.
son of a bitch.
You know?
Yeah,
And different
it's
confidants. See,
yeah,
you've got the jock who plays for the American
mm-hmm,
football team, and you have no idea what
yeah,
American football is because why would you?
no, like you don't grasp it at all. You've got, oof, like you have to run into just like those social climber kids.
Yeah.
Like all they're trying to do is just climb up the ranks. You know, it's just like it's high school. They're just like, but it's the foundation for everything. It's like
Yeah.
it's high school. It's fundamentally meaningless.
Yeah. You go to lunch and instead of getting, nice like bento boxes of food, you have American school lunches
Mm,
and you actually lose HP and SP if you
yep.
eat school lunch for the day.
You got to start packing your own.
You got to start packing your own. You're gonna have to learn how to cook because those things are
Mm-hmm.
not going to feed
No,
anybody or they're not going to sustain anybody.
I
To be
mean,
honest.
they'll sustain you much in the way that just a bag of rice will sustain you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it is calories, and you need calories to live. However, it ain't gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah. And dating your teacher is going to be much more frowned upon.
Oof. Oh, that's gonna
Yeah.
be. Yeah, it's man. Persona gets real different
You take it out of
once
that
you
setting,
put.
you put it in America. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, those guns aren't
Oof.
fake anymore.
Nope. Oh no. Oof. Got to worry about alt right Tommy showing up to school one day.
That's my brother's name. Not the first
I had
part,
to
but
pick. I had to pick a name. Of just like I could say that first part, and then I could say somebody that I know, and it's just like, ooh, that is way too close to home. But I'm just like, what's a fun name that you could put after that? Tommy. All right, let's do this.
let's do it. Let's do it. But
Yep.
you know what? You know what you could have that's the same. Bad guy is a politician. Boom. They're terrible all around the world.
That's true. Not a good one in the lot.
Yeah,
Prove me
you take
wrong.
that Persona series, you put it in American high school.
Oh,
You're gonna lose the charm. You're gonna just be disgusted. It's dangerous.
just holding a mirror up to America.
Once again, folks, these are not all bangers. Number 3, Mike.
No. Alrighty. So, I I am a motorsports enthusiast. I have
Cars.
actually driven. Yes, I've driven actual like cars on racetracks before. Thing that I would like to get back into doing, but that requires money. So, if y'all want to blow this podcast up,
I was gonna see if
we
that
would love that.
did anything on
Yeah.
Discord, but it doesn't.
See this? He's doing the finger thing. That means money.
Yeah.
You know, and because of my interest in motorsports, I end up playing a lot of, more motorsport focused, more realistic driving games. Assetto Corsa, Forza, Gran Turismo.
Project
Got
Gotham Racing.
BeamNG. Exactly.
Just wanted to bring that one up. Nobody talks about that enough.
It was an amazing game. Like PGR was so fucking good. And I will not let it be left by the roadside. I will not let it die in the gutter.
Like
right?
Microsoft did.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
But
Go ahead.
I also have friends who, they just want to play party games. But Mario Party's not for everybody, and we can't all play drinking games constantly. So, inevitably, a Switch or a GameCube or Nintendo 64 comes out. In goes Mario Kart. A game that can already be frustrating. But I know how to make it even more frustrating. you add realistic physics to it. So in Gran Turismo, at least in GT Sport, the first thing that they made you drive was a go-kart. Because, like in that game, in real life, actual like race prepped go-karts and shifter carts are super fucking hard to drive. Because they don't have any gear. Well, shifter carts have gears, but like a regular go-kart, it doesn't have gears. It doesn't have things like anti-lock brakes. It doesn't have any of this stuff. And you have to use each foot independently to do.
I just do this.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. That'll do some stuff.
And then, or this.
But
if I want to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Just jam on that. No, in a racing cart, you use 1 foot for gas, 1 foot for brake, and that throws a lot of people off. And also the fact that you cannot do things like brake and turn at the same time. Yeah. So like they are like once you learn how to drive one, you're good to go. But that learning curve can be kind of steep. So just imagine you and your buddies lining up. Got Mario, you got Toad, you got Yoshi, you got Bowser.
Blue Yoshi. No. Got yellow Yoshi.
Shy Guy. You know?
Yeah. Dry Bones.
And there goes the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Light up them rear tires too quick. Suddenly you're just doing fucking donuts right then and there. If you make it off the line, going into that first turn, oh, what do? Stand on that brake. No anti-lock brakes. Little wheels lock up. You continue going straight. Yeah.
How's Rainbow Road going to work? It's not. That's the answer.
Yeah, it ain't going to work. I mean, I know somebody out there is just like, I could make it work. I'm glad you think that. Yeah. I'm really glad you do. And you know what? If you can mod Mario Kart to have these like hyper realistic physics that I'm talking about. Oh, also, you still have the power-ups. They're not going anywhere. So you could be struggling to turn and then out of nowhere, red shell. So, you know, like it's like it goes from being like frustrating but still fun to nobody here is having a good time. But nobody is going to turn the game off until the race is over.
Yeah. Every race is 17 laps. No more, no less.
Yep. Or timed, 30 minutes.
You have to maintain your cart at all times.
Yep.
Oh. And it's not just a menu.
No.
It's I have to change a tire because it popped. And you go into a tire changing mini game. It's not a fun one. It's not a Mario Party, fun romp through the tires. No.
Nope.
You're doing the controller. You're holding something down. You're doing the thumbstick to unscrew the. I'm not a car person. I don't know what they're called. Screws? Are they screws? Do cars use screws? Or are they more of a nail thing?
If you're intrepid enough, you use some self-tapping screws to hold that car together.
Okay.
Go to the Home Depot. Brilliant. Okay. But yeah, no, the entire time you've got some angry like go-kart dad screaming at you. They're real.
That's the immersion. You put your headphones on, and you just hear your own father. Disappointed.
Oh no, it's never. Oh no, yeah, your father after the race. During the race, it's a father of some shit-ass kid who can't drive for like anything. But dad has sunk 15 grand into this kid's go nowhere career. Kid is not anywhere close to sniffing points, but hey, dad is angry. Dad is yelling at everyone. Refusing to realize that, you know what? Maybe little Johnny just wants to dance. Don't want to drive the cart.
Never asked Johnny what he wants to do.
Nope. Father's failed dreams. He wanted to be a race car driver. Sees his son. There it is. I could still have my glory. all Johnny wants to do is dance. But no. Here we are. And me, my friends, in between sessions on track, just watching this and laughing.
And it's fully you've got all the Mario characters the way they look, but Johnny and his dad, it's like fucking New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey, where it's just two humans, and you can't look away, but you also can't look directly at them.
Yeah.
And you can't do the next race until Johnny's in his fucking cart again.
After he's done crying.
You know?
Yeah.
And all of this plays out in real time.
Yep. Just all the awkwardness. You just got to sit in there, wait for it.
Just they're in the center, but your camera's just kind of pointing over here a little bit. Just
every so often, kind of like a quick look, but then right back down. You know, where you and your buddies just awkwardly talk amongst yourselves, like, so
you guys go to the food counter? They have nachos now.
Man, those chicken tendies,
chicken
pretty
tendies
sweet today.
Pretty bomb. Yeah,
they're great. They're great. Really wish they didn't run out of Coke. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, Johnny, nope, he's still there. They're still there.
All the time this conversation's happening, just out of nowhere, like just in the background, you hear, "Do you want to do this or not? We're here, and you're going to do this." Just the dad yelling at his son, who doesn't want to be there.
I got the pizza this time too. A little undercooked for my liking, but Johnny's still there.
And his dad is he's crying again. Oh, and his mom's stepping in. Oh no, this is.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's gonna be an awkward ride home.
Guys, want to go play Mario Kart?
Yeah, let's go play Mario Kart.
And scene.
There it is. I give to you.
Ruin Mario Kart by making it realistic and adding an absentee father who's trying to make up for lost time.
Ruin Mario Kart by making it a kart racing simulator.
And also
to the T.
And also add rabbits.
Yes. Rabbits are the pit crew.
That's seriously, you can any game. Name a game. Elden Ring. Oh shit. Okay.
Right.
Add rabbits.
Come on.
I can almost guarantee there's a fucking mod that turns like the enemies into rabbits.
Oh, has to be.
You know.
I mean, that's the great thing about games being dropped on PC. You get to do all those dumb mods. It is the world is your oyster. When you got yourself a little metal box. You know?
So there's a mod coming out. We're just going away from this here for a second. There's a big mod coming out for Fallout 4 that's been in the works for years called Fallout London.
Oh yeah, I have seen.
Like it's a full-on mod game. It's a full game in Fallout 4, and it's like a whole new location, everything. It looks incredible. But they announced today that the person who voices Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3 has joined the voice cast of this fan-made mod.
Yeah.
And that's insane. And now I can't wait for it even more.
Oh, dude. An idea for another episode. I'll throw that in the top.
How do you ruin Baldur's Gate 3? Rabbids. It's Rabbids. Yeah, it was a trick question.
I don't know. I think that might make it better. You know?
I don't know if it can make it better. That game's fucking great.
Fucking great. Jesus.
By the way, the Bluey speedrun ended in 35 minutes.
Hell yeah.
A few minutes early.
Good for it.
Yeah. You know what else might end a few minutes early, Mike?
This
episode.
Yeah. I think, you know what? It was entertaining, to say the least.
Yeah.
I had a good time, at least.
The next time we do one like this, where we don't have much of an idea, I will have an alcoholic beverage. Because I haven't had one yet today. I mean, yet, like I'm going to go have one. I'm not. I might, but.
I've
yeah,
had
we'll
one
just get
today,
kind of fucking
implying that
blasted before we do this one, and we'll
this is gonna be
see.
one of those. This will be one of those. I will break out. I will show up over there with the mixer and some
We'll just be on
microphones.
one cam. We'll be on this camera, but then we'll still have your box over there, just empty, because I don't want to make a different overlay.
I can make a different overlay. I can figure that one out.
That's not the point.
We'll just have like a picture of me in my box.
What? Okay. Elmo's Letter Adventure is up next.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right.
I wonder if there's any mods for that. Before we kind of wrap up here, do we want to do some future predictions? There is, so I say this, next week, for when we're recording this, actually tomorrow, there's a Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
Okay, and then next week is Pokemon Day, which usually that's when they'll announce the new Pokemon stuff. So do you want to do future reactions to the announcements?
Ooh. I mean, we could
just pick a few of them that we,
And so I did read a little bit about the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And it's going to be mostly focusing on like third parties and smaller.
Yeah, it's like publisher partners.
Which is cool, like I'm totally looking forward to Choo Choo Charlie on the Switch or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah,
man.
So pause right here and make sure you know what's happened in the Nintendo Direct and Pokemon Day, and then go into the comments and let us know how close we are. Can you believe that they announced Starfield's coming to Switch?
Dude, that's insane.
Like, how could it even run it?
But same way it runs The Witcher 3. Poorly.
I don't know how they got it to 60 frames per second. 60 frames per minute, but it's going to look just like every
it's gonna be brilliant.
Every screen is going to be a photo.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be one per
Literally.
second.
Yep.
But yeah, Starfield on the Switch.
Very slow slideshow. I mean, that's going to be. I mean, the entire Witcher series remastered for the Switch. That was something I didn't see coming.
I didn't even know that they were remastering any of them except for number 3.
I mean, but here we are. Got Witcher 1, 2, and 3. All the DLC for The Witcher 3.
Blood and Wine. Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, you can't play them in handheld mode.
No.
Like, they just won't boot, but hey, glad that they're there.
Yeah.
That's something. And like let's gloss over the fact that the first 2 Witcher games weren't that great, but they needed to exist so we could get The Witcher 3, which is amazing. Yeah. So, but hey.
But the other thing is, it's weird that all these games are coming to the Switch, and they also announced the Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's
really weird.
You'd think you would kind of hold those off, but apparently it's just going to be fucking Breath of the Wild with hidden walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man. No, it's crazy. I mean, and then Switch 2 being twice as thick as your regular old Switch. Can't use any of your current Switch accessories with it.
Yeah, no, I mean that was kind of a surprise. You kind of thought that you'd be able to use the little carts, but
no, they're going to bigger carts.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
think like original Game Boy size.
Yeah, it's also weird that they didn't just make it so the entire cart goes into the Switch and it's kind of coming up through the top. That I feel like that's going to get caught on things and just break easily.
That was a weird design choice, but you know what? It's Nintendo. Who are we to say?
Yeah, weird Nintendo decisions,
Yep.
But then Pokemon Day.
Hey, man.
That really documentary of the developers at Game Freak working day and night on a new Pokemon game was heartbreaking. I don't know why they showed that.
I mean, it was heartbreaking hearing about the long hours that they had to work. But then, when you saw the guy going around and actually like whipping people.
Yeah.
To get it done. Yeah, that was disturbing. That and the fact that they added, they said oh, you all made the joke about how do you get the candy in the game? Just throw the Pokemon into the wood chipper. The fact that that is an actual animation in the game, just seeing like a Pidgey go into a wood chipper,
It's
that
a
was
mini
horrifying.
game, wasn't it?
I mean, I thought they mentioned something about it. I was just taken aback by the whole thing, you know. But if it's a mini game, I might be more on board.
The fact that the innards of the Pokemon are more realistic than the outwards. They spent a lot of time on that. Spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the
But
fact that the wild Pokemon can actually attack you, the trainer, and there is permadeath. So if the trainer dies, game over.
Yeah, your save gets just deleted.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also cool that they're adding all the Digimon to the game. I don't know how they got that
that's gonna be
license,
sweet.
but yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Hey man, I can't wait for that.
So,
you know,
yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, those reactions to the things that definitely happened in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can see into the future. We're just good like that.
Yeah.
Open up your third eye, people.
Third eye. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh yeah, no. Third eye is open and clear, baby. We're on that same page.
Awesome. Well, Mike, before we get out of here, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitch. It is Nerding for Beginners across platforms. Happy to say that we are resuming our regular streaming schedule Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Mondays is kind of a community night, so we're playing some bigger games where we can get some people in.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Rocket League lately.
It's fun. You know, we're kind of at that point where it's still fun. We're not like super frustrated yet. So we're going to do that for another little bit. Trying to figure out what the crew game is going to be, because
how about the crew 2?
That's an option. That's an option. Also, super tempted to make those guys get Mech Warrior 5 mercenaries, and we can just be mercenaries in space and giant stompy robots. You know, that is an option.
That is always an option.
Mm-hmm. And then Thursday, I'm going to be playing through some fun single player games that I've been meaning to get to. So, yeah.
What's this first one going to be?
Hell of a question.
Yeah.
Have not figured that one out. I'm tempted to yet again buy all of the Borderlands and just start playing through that. Because even though there is like co-op campaign stuff, it's still plenty fun to do solo. So
actually, I don't know if you saw this real kind of news.
Oh yeah.
The day after we're recording this, they're releasing the first trailer for the Borderlands movie. Do you want to do 2 quick reactions? Just one, if it's good, what would you do?
This is what I have been waiting for years since I first bought Borderlands, the Game of the Year edition.
Okay, that's enough. Now, if it's bad.
I don't know why this needed to exist. Yeah. Casting is terrible. The effects looked shit.
Okay.
And
boom. There we go. Just, you can listen to part of that, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whichever fits your bill. Whichever fits your narrative. Go ahead and just cherry pick that.
I don't have any opinion on it. I've played the Borderlands games for a total of maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, they're not.
But
anyway, Robert, where can the people find you, good sir?
Yeah, so kind of same thing. Well, Instagram, Mr_Hawks, Facebook page, Mr. Hawks 182 with the underscore in there that you see, and Twitch, most importantly, Mr_Hawks 182. I mostly just play single player games, as we've established here. I'm going to be starting up, if I haven't already by the time this goes up, probably going to be starting Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth once Persona 3 Reload is done. So that's going to be, another 300 hours that'll drop into a game. Because apparently that's all I'm good for.
Hey. I mean, that and hugs.
Yeah. And also, MLS season starts tomorrow. Go Real Salt Lake.
Yes. Go get them.
Yep. The New Jerseys are pretty fucking nice. I like them.
I like them, but
but they're $200 fucking with the name on it, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But man, no, there are RSL is my home club. I love them to death. However, there are other kits that I would pick up ahead of this one.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to get into that now. This is not the sports podcast, but yeah. I like the RSL one. There's some good ones in MLS this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
shout out to New York Red Bulls last year kit that looks like it was soaked in piss. That one was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, there is one. Columbus Crew. Go look up theirs. It's Charlie Brown's t-shirt.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chuck getting that ball pulled away from him. Anyway,
one other thing down there in the middle there, we are on Twitter, Storymoders Pod. Drop us a follow. Let us know your thoughts about this episode. Be nice, because we know. And we are on YouTube now, and we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, which should go over to some other podcast services. If for whatever reason we're not on the podcast service that you use, please let us know. Because I would like to get it everywhere. I know the Apple Podcast that RSS feed kind of bleeds over to some other ones. But I know for sure Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, I believe we're going to be on there momentarily. Those are all just audio. And then YouTube is the video with our sweet faces.
You get sound and vision.
Yep. So L's, G's, and B's, thanks for hanging out with us today. And we will see you next time. I'm waving. And do I have no balloons? But we're on the intro screen, so nobody will see.